back. Hope you are all well. First thing I'd like to do is apologise for my appearance. Pardon me, I have not done my hair yet. I have barely any makeup on and I am very tired. I'm also not 100% sure if I'm going to upload this video. It depends how it is when I watch it back and how I feel about it all. So today is Wednesday the 16th. I know what the day is, I don't know why I'm looking. And last night we had a complication, I guess you could say, with baby. I was 19 weeks, just over. Yeah, yesterday. And I had a bit of a hectic time when I done the school pickups. Then came home, went to the toilet, and upon wiping there was blood. Fresh, red, bold as you like blood. Then, God, this is really TMI. I'm really not sure if this is going to go up. Then when I looked in the toilet, it was absolutely covered. I'm not even exaggerating, and it was dripping out of me. Just literally dripping like a tap. So obviously panic sets in, my mind's going, I am scared, I guess you could want. I mean, it all happened quite quickly. I thought it had managed to stop a little, so I stood up and tried to clean myself up, and subsequently bled all over my bathroom floor, all over my bathroom. Bright red, fresh blood. So I sat back on the toilet and it seemed to ease off a little bit. So I cleaned myself up, cleaned my bathroom up and put some maternity pads on. Came downstairs, rang my local birthing centre, and they told me that I needed to ring for an ambulance due to the amount of blood that I'd lost. So of course I hung up and rang an ambulance and was told that somebody would be out to me shortly, after explaining what had happened. After about an hour of waiting, the ambulance still hadn't turned up. And obviously I was quite concerned. I was still bleeding at this point. Not as much, but enough. So I waited for the ambulance. And after about an hour I got a phone call from the ambulance people, I'm guessing, confirmed I was still bleeding. They said they'd high on my priority. Oh, in between this phone call from the ambulance people, I rang my local hospital, more equipped hospital, not the birthing centre, and they told me that they wouldn't advise me taking myself in because of the blood that I'd lost and to wait for the ambulance. And I needed to go to A&E. They wouldn't see me at the maternity bit. I had to go to accident and emergency. So anyway, I waited for the paramedic. He was really nice. He came out, checked me over, said that all of my stats were fine. So he ran through to the maternity unit, not the birthing centre, like the labour ward at the hospital. I don't know what you call it. And they also told him that I would have to go to A&E. So he said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, we'll just take ourselves down." So we made our way to A&E. I was seen quite quickly by the triage nurse, and she said they would have to wait for the gynecologist to come through and see me. We were there for hours, like literally felt like hours as well. Anyway, gynecologist came and saw me. He was very, very thorough. A&E had been very thorough as well. When I got through, they took some blood from me. They tagged me up and stuff. I've got a tag in case I was staying. They were like monitoring my blood pressure and stuff, my pulse, which everything seemed okay. Nothing was alarming. Gynecologist came around, asked me some questions, felt my tummy, checked me, checked me. So you know what that means. Asked me some more questions. He couldn't find a Doppler that worked to try and find a heartbeat, so he said he was going to find another Doppler. Anyway, in the meantime of that happening, he must have found the on-call doctor, registrar, somebody in A&E who could scan me, and he came back in with the portable scanner, which was, in those split seconds, nice, but ultimately scaring, because this is the ultimate time of, is he okay, is he not okay? I also should actually say that from paramedic arriving at like 7 o'clock, I think it was, to being seen by the gynaecologist, which I think was about 10:30, 11, it was quite late. The bleeding had actually stemmed quite a lot. I wasn't actually bleeding that much anymore. So they scanned me and they could see baby and he was moving, and they also saw a heartbeat, which is just such a relief when you are in that situation thinking, shit, this is it. Because I won't lie to you, at that moment when I looked in that toilet, I genuinely thought, this is it. Like, I'm sure people think I'm exaggerating, but I promise you now, there was so much blood, so much. Then he said that they still weren't really sure what caused the bleed at this point. As he said, he had to go and speak to the consultant who was on the maternity ward, didn't want to see me, ironically, and he'd also come from the maternity ward. So he wanted to check my blood results, and he also wanted to speak to the consultant. So he disappeared. He came back and said the consultant would really like to scan you as well. She'd like to scan you tonight. She doesn't really want to wait, so I'm going to take you through. So I went through. The consultant was absolutely lovely. She was so nice. She scanned me. She said the placenta looks good. It hasn't come away. Baby looks good. He was wriggling around. His heart was beating. She let us hear the heartbeat. She let us see him. My cervix looks okay. She also checked for something else, which I can't remember, and I've tried to read in my notes, but she's a doctor, consultant doctor. So the writing's not the best. Anyway, she seemed really happy. The bleeding by now had, I say stopped, completely like stemmed. So she said that I could go home. This was like 12 o'clock, 12:30 at night. Oh, God, hours. And she said that I could go home, but she did say if I started to bleed again or I got any pain, because I didn't have any tummy pain. I mean, my tummy is tender today, but gosh, I had 2 scans. They were all poking and prodding my tummy. So I'm expecting some sort of tenderness, because even without being pregnant, if somebody is poking your tummy a lot, it's going to get tender. It doesn't hurt, it's just a bit tender. And I have felt him moving this morning. I felt him moving last night when we were in A&E. I could feel him, but I wasn't sure if my mind was playing tricks on me, and because I wanted to believe that everything was okay, that he was moving because I was believing it. If that makes any sense to anybody, I hope it does. I hope you know what I mean. But obviously now I know I was feeling him. He was moving. So yeah, so she's allowed me to come home. Since coming home, touch wood, things have pretty much stopped. It's stopped. I feel okay. He is moving. I feel fine. I've got my scan tomorrow. That's why she wasn't worried about me coming home. And I guess, depending on what they find tomorrow, they may just want to monitor me a little bit more. They're still really not sure what caused the bleed. I think it might be a hematoma, which I'm led to believe is like a clot of blood that ultimately may have burst and caused the bleed. They're really not sure. They can't see any reason for it because everything looks good. And I am just going to take it easy for the next few days. I've told my work, they're very understanding. I told them I've been at hospital, waited for an ambulance, etc, etc. So I'm just spending the rest of this week up until Monday at home. And to be completely honest, if I still didn't feel fine on Monday, I know that my work are amazing and they'd be happy for me to not go into the office. But I'm just going to see how I feel. My job isn't strenuous. I just work in an office and sit at a desk. So yeah, this is just a bit of a crazy interim update, because who knows what is going to happen between now and the next 20 weeks. Let's hope he gets here safe, and God knows. It was very emotional last night. Very emotional. And the really sad ironic thing was, so yesterday was Baby Loss Awareness Day, and whilst everyone else were lighting their candles, I just kept thinking to myself that I'd actually lost my baby. Reflecting on previous losses, and also that I was losing the baby I'm currently carrying. So please keep your fingers crossed for me. I'm not religious, so I'm not going to say pray for me. But gosh, this has been tough. Really tough. It's been really hot. Oh God, I hate crying on camera. I hate crying on camera. And at this moment in time, I'm so absolutely petrified. He won't make it. A baby that is so loved and so wanted. I can't even tell you how much he's wanted. Right. I didn't want to cry. Right. I didn't want to cry on camera. So I'm going to end this here because I'm getting too emotional. So I'm going to end this here, and I will obviously let you all know what happens as and when, but my God, let's just really hope that he is okay and that it was just one of those things. God, let's really just hope that's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go. Bye everybody. Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on and say, firstly, I look a little bit better today. Done my hair and makeup, better than yesterday anyway. And I have got my scan today, my 20-week scan. So I will come on, probably won't be later, tomorrow maybe. Just let you know how that goes. Went, because it would have been went by the time you see this. But yeah, since I filmed yesterday, I've still been feeling in move loads. My tummy's still a bit tender. Which I will mention today when I go for my scan, but otherwise everything else seems a-okay, I hope. Anyway, so yeah, so I will I'll just come back on and tell you how the scan goes. Hey everybody, I'm just coming on really quickly because we've come home from our scan and everything looks good. He is looking as he should be, he is doing everything he should be. She again couldn't see any reason for what happened the other night, so yeah, everything perfect. I guess I'm a little bit more reassured. I'm always a worrier anyway, so I don't think anything will really settle me until he is here, but I'm definitely feeling a bit more positive. So let's just keep our fingers crossed it was a one-off, whatever it was, and it won't happen again. Thank you, and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone.